Welcome to bonus content for the 6th seal to the Keys of Ruin here on Paladin Gaming. This is the first fiction viewer reading. The sands turned gray. I walk the sacred ground that cycles ago bestowed us with water, when the Emperor, Osor-Hek, called the stars for guidance and the stars answered. For generations our people made pilgrimage to this land, to ask the stars for their path to salvation. On this ground, the wisest of us bestowed upon me the title of Keeper of Secrets, a function of privilege, honor, and a burden to carry. Today I feel the weight of it on my shoulders. When I began my journey, the sand was as gold as the day Osor-Hek called the stars. But this day, the ground beneath me is gray. The spire of the imperial palace pointed to the star Aldebaran at the day of our demise. Now I see it crooked, shattered, and misshapen. I'd been behind His Majesty when the time for choice came without warning, serving with a word of wisdom to the best of our abilities. Yet there were no signs to guide us, so our choices were ours. Blind and misguided, yet righteous, we vanquished the destroyers and ensured survival for our kind. We will rebuild our cities, our fleets, our honor, and our culture. His Majesty is willing to abdicate, sensing that his time has come. His son, so vigorous, kind, and perceptive, speaks of hope, friendship with renewal. He sees the great covenant with Terran kind as the path to reclaiming our greatness. The prince believes that the destroyers came to teach us a lesson, and our victory is our strength, our wisdom, and our progress made manifest. But the ground beneath me is gray. It's hard to comprehend for me if I walk among the sands or ashes. A land dead and hollow... A land dead and hollow as the voids above me. The cheering noise of the heart of our glorious civilization is anxiously absent. All that I hear is the morning song of the winds and a deaf silence. This is what remains of us. Shattered, shapeless, unsure, and without direction. Tainted by dread of the days we can only thank the stars for making be gone. How wrong can we be if the cosmos rained death upon us? What lessons did we fail to comprehend to deserve such a fate? The rituals and prayers will not appease the stars for our mistakes. The burden of the Seeker was always to contemplate the paths of thought none should, and so I wonder if the heretics found any wisdom among the Apocrypha. No soul of reason would find the Black Omen as guidance. The Shivans are abominations born from the uncaring voids, yet they serve their purpose in the grand scheme. For generations we were looking back upon the figures of old, seeing their words and doings as right. I know no better definement of wisdom than a civilization of prosperity. Wisdom of our ancestors guarantees us such marvels. And yet, I walk among the sands of gray. Our demise wasn't a trial nor lesson. It was a sentence we avoided. We were wrong beyond comprehension, and I can only hope that we're still within reach of redemption. Perhaps the reason behind our demise was attachment? Just like the wise Hafsa once said, the water flows but never remains, ever shifting. Can you define the shape of the water? You can take shape and form, but you will always perish. The water always remains shapeless. It's an air, it's a fluid, or it's an ice. It shifts, and so it remains. The sands filled with death granted me with wisdom this day. It's not the past that we must look upon with sentiment. Our enemies turned friends hold a wisdom we were unable to see. They look for wisdom in the future and among the stars. They look to tomorrow with hope. They change and forget about their past incarnations. They aren't afraid of becoming the chaos. They embrace it and they turn it against their foes. Their home remains, locked behind the stars, shifting at this very moment, and they too shift. While I walk among the sands of gray and my people look back. My pilgrimage hasn't ended yet. My comprehension is incomplete, but ruins of our sacred capital inspired in me a new direction. I must send our emissaries to look for new wisdom among the stars. The destroyers dwell among the voids, watching us and preparing, for the sentence once judged is never lifted. I will find new understanding, even if I cannot share it. For generations, knowledge was the burden of the Keeper, so this remains a burden for me alone. But when the judgment falls upon us again, we will be prepared. So is the oath of the Keeper. Entry number 72, Personal Diary of Osor-Hek, the 132nd Keeper of Secrets. Interesting. So this has been the I assume first, because if there's one, there's usually many in these campaigns, fiction viewer reading. From The Sixth Seal 2, The Keys of Ruin, for the Freespace Port here on Paladin Gaming. This is Paladin Gaming, signing off.